Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now guys, this is game 2 of a best of 3, it is in the Ministry of Wind tournament and it is between SjoW, who's off racing as Protoss here in the lower left position, up against Sage, the red Terran in the top right, the map Daybreak, which is a super cool map. I really like Daybreak, I think everyone does, and why wouldn't you, because, well, huge long rush distance rider there, which means no super early aggression, nice progression of bases, pretty much all the way through. You've got your natural third, fourth, fifth, they're interchangeable, but again, it's all very nice. You've got these rocks you can take out in the middle, the watchtowers are nicely placed, everything just beautiful on this map in my opinion. This is without doubt my favourite map on the map pool ever. It's just so good. But anyway, let's get back to this game. Those of you who didn't see game 1, well, you should go and check it out because it was really good. So flick over to my channel and give it a quick watch because definitely worth watching. It was really cool. Sage had a great opening, it really worked well, and then kind of went on to dominate. So obviously that has given away a bit that it's 1-0 to Sage, but not surprising, shows off racing, so can be a bit tricky. Now, what are these two players going to do? Similar openings so far, they've both gone for something that isn't a expansion first. Will be interesting to see if they both get a gas down quickly. A very early gas from Sage, so could potentially be doing something similar to what he did game 1. A gas out for SjoW as well, that's to be expected. Now guys, while these two players are revealing their strategies for the early game, let me say, if you like any of my casts, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I get new games up every single day of the week. It is really intense, but it's really cool, and it gives you guys loads of StarCraft to watch and learn from. So do hit that sub button. Of course, like the videos as well, because that's hugely helpful to me, and leave a cool comment below what you think of the games, the casting, the players, anything like that. It would be amazing if you'd leave a comment, like I give you a little heart. In fact, in preparation for you leaving a comment and subscribing, there is a heart. There. See? When was the last time you got a heart? Probably not too long ago, but anyway, we're going back to this game. We do have the Cybernetic put on its way down. We do have the complete wall off here. I don't actually think any scouting, that scout did not manage to get in, but just knows there's a complete wall off, so that can be annoying because it's not uncommon for, say, a Terran player to just build the command center of the base and hide until it can float down. The bunker coming down on the low ground as well, so this is going to add to the confusion here for SjoW, who's probably going to expect some kind of command center coming down at some point, because this all looks like I'm gearing up for an expansion. Come at me, bro. But obviously, if SjoW doesn't, and judging by this factory coming down in a very obscure position, I'm thinking that we're going to see Hellions again. That's what we saw in the first game. Could also see Banshees, that's a cool option. Hellion drops, that's cool. Of course, dead space around here, so would utilize it well. But to be honest, only time will tell. SjoW, on the other hand, looks pretty contented. Just building probes and a stalker right now. Getting out that warp gate tech, no sign of an expansion yet. The money not too super high, still mining gas quite nicely. Warp gate tech about a quarter done. The first stalker comes out. A zealot stalker, very potent early on, and I mean that SCV won't survive unless it's exceptionally lucky, which it looks like it will be. SjoW getting down his own expansion now, but there goes the starport. So seriously, I'm thinking at the moment it's going to be Hellions, based purely on the fact that a beautiful tech lab hasn't started yet. A tech lab would have had to have started, literally as I said, a tech lab starts, so that timing probably just a bit later, because that's a better time to do it. It was still finishing time. Now, obviously that means a switch. We can see Banshees. Banshees can poke and prod quite nicely, basically because of free space, and if they come up behind, they can poke and prod back here, and there's not too much the Protoss player can do about it. The Stalker coming across the map, but there is a bunker, so that Stalker will turn around pretty quickly and be like, no, I can't do that, I'm running away. A bunker on the high ground, and still, of course, SjoW has no idea whether the expansion is down or not, because you can't get any scouting information in there. It has got its own expansion. We do have 2 more gateways coming out, so SjoW going for a very similar build to what he did in game 1. Sage altering it slightly, still favouring that really early harassment, getting cloak for Banshees as well. That is a good move in my opinion, because that is going to make them so strong with the robotics facility rather, coming down there for SjoW, which means an observer, which means perhaps those Banshees won't do as much damage as Sage would like. Now, for those of you who are wondering, I am struggling to speak right now. I don't quite know why. It may have something to do with how long I've been awake, but I really wanted to cast this series. It looks so good from the description of the person who sent it to me, so I am just really looking forward to it. And by the way, guys, if you do ever find any really cool videos or replays and stuff you'd like me to cast, even if they're just some of yours, if they're a really awesome game, do send them over to SjoW at hotmail.co.uk, like that. And then I will, of course, give them a watch over. If they're a pro game, let me know why you want me to cast it, why it's so good, or anything like that. Really, it would just be awesome. And obviously, if it's one of yours, let me know the league, why you think it was awesome, etc. Anyway, so we should have these Banshees hitting sometime very soon. And really, there's nothing here to defend it. We do have an Observer on its way out, but it's quite a long way off, so really that Banshee should get a couple of kills quite nicely. Some probes getting taken out here. SjoW choosing not to actually pull any of those probes back. That Observer's so incredibly close to finishing off, and well, a lot of probes getting picked up right now. That Banshee more than paying for itself with now what is close to 7 kills. Should get 8 easily, maybe even 9. The Observer on its way over, but once that detection comes out, that Banshee is going to have to run like mad. And well, a second Banshee coming in now is a big commitment. The Banshee does need to be careful though, does not want to die. That would be bad times. Looking at the worker count, that has not shown back into level, which means with the mules that will soon be produced from 2 command centers, it will all be good. And oh my god, a second starport. Is Sage really going mass Banshee? That would be awesome. Ravens, of course, are also a possibility, but just seems slightly less likely. A Colossus on its way down now. And, well, 2 Banshees are quite a few on their own. Could even see more. The Observer coming over to deal with this Banshee, which Sage may be wondering how it got over there, but that, of course, will bring the Observer away from this area, which means that the second Banshee could go in there, so we'll wait and see exactly what happens. Maybe Sage just wanting to poke and prod around as best he can. The third Banshee is now out, a Raven on the way as well. Obviously that Raven will give detection, which will allow, if a Viking were to come out, for example, would allow Sage to pick off the Observers, making the cloak basically unmanageable, and there'll be just no way for SjoW to deal with it. So that's quite an interesting strategy. We do have a second factory coming out, as well as some Thors being built already. We don't have anything else. The +1 Terran armor, vehicle armor on its way out. Ship plating, rather, not vehicle. Ship plating, I don't remember the last time I genuinely saw that grade B research. I don't think I've ever cast a game where it has been, but this is a really interesting strategy from Sage. I quite like it. How many Banshees are on the field right now? There are 3. Where is that third one? That is what I really want to know. That pylon, if it goes down, of course, will mean that robotic facility won't be able to do much. We do have a good split of the Stalkers. They're trying to keep up with this, and of course, that robotics bay going to get taken out. And if it gets taken out before the extended thermal lance is done, it would be very annoying. Now, there is Observers around everywhere. Now, the Banshee does have to be careful. You don't want to lose a Banshee for nothing, but a Banshee losing a bit of health for a sentry, not too bad. We do still have, well, no production of any more Banshees at the moment. We've got 1 Raven and 3 Banshees right now. That can be really, really annoying to deal with. But, well, taking a look, we've got Thor out. We've got a second tech lab coming down. This is a very, very strange build by Sage. And by very strange, I mean, like, incredibly strange. But do so far have everything looking like it's going to pull back. We do have pylons coming down here for SjoW, who is going for a massive push. It could be very difficult to deal with, but there's a lot of Marines, a Thor there as well, with the Banshees, and of course the Raven. We'll wait and see. The second Thor popped up, what is probably quite a critical time. The Thors are going to have to really deal with those Colossus effectively, so as to deal with the extended thermal lance. A lot of Stalkers there right now, but no form of counterattack going on at the moment as far as I can see. So that is something that perhaps Sage could think about. The Thor moving forward, going to try and do some damage to those Colossus. We need to be careful of that many Stalkers, forcing them forward though. And now here we go with a big engagement. We do have those Banshees engaging. The Thor does get taken down, some great force fields, and it looks like SjoW is pretty much going to be unstoppable here. But of course, we do have those close Banshees moving forward. They're dealing some good damage. But of course the Observer is still up. That's going to be irritating. With the point defense drone down there, that is going to help deal and negate some of that Stalker damage, but that is out of energy already. Did not last long in the slightest. Thor in a good position though. The momentum of this push from SjoW is slowing down, like really slow, because he does not have anything other than, well, 2 Colossus and a handful of Stalkers. If those Stalkers go, to be honest, that just means the Banshees are going to have a free reign of everything. There's another one in production already. There is 4 on the field. And, well, the Banshees, they're trying to focus down the Stalkers first, because once the Stalkers are down, they've got free pickings on the Colossus. And, well, one Colossus falls. The second one probably will be shortly afterwards, because there's no way that's going to be able to get away. Surprised the Marines being pulled as well, but here we go. Already a lot of Stalkers getting taken down. The cloak comes off. And, well, the Observer is nowhere to be seen, which means those cloaked Banshees can just go to town, picking off another Colossus. We do have a double command center being built right now. We do have another factory being added on as well. The third base attempt half finished for SjoW right now. This is getting pretty funky. This is a very, very unusual unit composition. 2 more Banshees coming out. That will take the Banshee count up to 7. That is a bit peculiar, I'm not gonna lie. It's something I haven't seen before in a TVP. I don't think. If I've been wrong, if I have cast that before out of my hundreds of videos, I challenge you, yes you the guy there saying I bet you have, to go through all those videos and try and find it, because I would actually be genuinely impressed. So leave a comment below if I have ever cast a game where there's been a lot of Banshees in TVP. I don't think I have, so it's all good. 2 Hellions just coming over. Now, 2 Hellions may not be much, but they're enough to kill that poor little probe. All on its lonesome, the poor probe. But the probe is dead. I hate to break it to you guys, but the probe died. Do probes even die? I'm not really sure. Anyway, this is a ridiculous amount of Banshees. Seriously, Sage, that is ridiculous. That pylon is dead. Those units, possibly dead. Those command centers, certainly not dead. The Thor's not dead. And still more Banshees are being produced. This is just ridiculous. When? Why? How? That was just for dramatic effect. I know how he did it. He just got a lot of money and built an awful lot of Banshees. But those Hellions, they are poking prodding. They'll get taken out though, because there are a lot of Stalkers coming in there. Stalkers don't have blink though, so it's just a case of kind of mopping them all up. And now look at this go! Wow, the pylons, they're getting taken down very quickly. The photon cannons will get focused. And just look at the damage that these Banshees can do. It is absolutely sick. That is crazy damage right there. There's an Observer there who's seeing all of this, and he's like, I see everything. Literally all of it. And SjoW not able to get really any of his Stalkers over. But with just so much firepower, even just a handful of Stalkers may not be enough, because the damage out of the Banshees is too damn high. And that, of course, was a reference to the internet meme of the guy running for New York mayor who was saying tax is too damn high and all of that. Anyway, we do have a lot more Stalker reinforcements, and this should probably force Sage to pull back. He does not have enough Banshees to deal with that quite yet, although at the rate that he's going, he damn well made. And the Dark Shrine on its way out there for SjoW. That means DTs, potentially Archons, because if behind, Dark Shrine is always the way it goes. An orbital command is down. That takes us to 3 orbital commands, a 4th orbital command on the way. No planetary fortress. The +2 ship plating. That, for those of you who don't know, is the level 2 flying unit armor upgrade for Terran. It is something I almost put money on I've never seen before. At least at this stage in the game. Maybe in like an ultra late stage game you see them, because like battle cruisers or something. Not that anyone builds them. Anyway, we do now have Sage pushing forward. He's taking out that wall in the middle. He's nearly maxed out. He's a long way ahead in terms of supply. In terms of the worker count, is quite a considerable amount behind. But when you factor in the 4 mules, you'll see that his mineral income, actually his mineral income is terrible. Where are those mules? There's only 2 out. But anyway, this is a big push coming out from Sage. He is so far ahead in the army supply, 134 to 70. And Sage should be able to just walk this, as long as he's careful with the engagements. The Colossus, the only real threat, there's only one of them. There's a lot of High Templar, but there is no Storm research, and feedback's going down on Thor's, dealing some good damage. You can also feedback the Banshees potentially, but just look at this steamroller force right now, and I don't see any way that SjoW can defend from Sage right now. And I think Sage is going to take this 2-0. Once all of those Stalkers are cleaned up, the nail is most certainly in the coffin. The scan goes off just to reveal them, but the Thors weren't even engaged right now. It's just like, oh, guys, you were fighting? Sorry, I didn't realise. All the gateways are going to go down. The pylons are getting focused. Oh, this is sad times when the pylons get focused. There's even a whole ton of SCVs there, just to be, like, repairing, because why not? And, guys, this is GG. There is nothing, I repeat, nothing that SjoW could do. If he does something, I will honestly be incredibly impressed. Yes, there's a DT. And that DT, yes, is annoying. It's killing a lot of SCVs. But one scan with those Marines and that DT doesn't exist anymore. Another Raven on its way out for that portable detection. The Dark Shrine gets taken down. How many Banshees are even out right now? 12 Banshees, that's ridiculous. Seriously, absolutely crazy, but I love it. Now, the main base completely destroyed right now. I would fast forward this, but I want to give you all the satisfaction of just watching this Death Ball army walk along and just kill everything. The natural base was taken out as well, apparently. It's just this third, which does have some warp gates, which can warp in Zealots. There's also buildings being built literally everywhere, but you can't base race SjoW. You just can't, there's nothing there to base race. And I am going to speed this up a little bit because I genuinely don't know how long this lasts, and it's not even a close fight. It's just really watching Sage destroy everything. There is the GG, guys. So that was a pretty funky game, and it does mean the Sage takes the series 2-0. So if you did enjoy the cast, please thumbs up the video, subscribe because I get new top level games up every single day of the week. Leave a cool comment below about the casting, the players, or the game, anything like that. That'd be awesome. Anyway, guys, I am Madals. You've watched the StarCraft 2 England cast, and thank you very much for watching. Flick over to my channel if you want to watch some more, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.